Thanks for tuning in, y'all, and checking out this Maxfind cool off-road board review. We're gonna do a full review of the Maxfind electric skateboard off-road, and this should be fun. So stay tuned. Let's unbox this, charge it up, get it out in the dirt, and see how this thing does. Pull this sucker out. Oh, pretty cool looking. There it is, guys, the Maxfind off-road board. Let's see here what we got. These are just gonna coast in the front, and it looks like the rear are gonna have the built-in motors. This is supposed to be a pretty powerful board. The battery pack, that's actually removable right here. You just open that up, and there it is, big old battery pack. It's looking like a 6,000 mAh, 216 watt hour, 36 volt rated, and 42 volt max. Lithium ion. So you could have one of these with you extra in your backpack. Let's just see how these things come out. It looks like it's pretty squeezed in, pretty tight here. But there we go. See how that's just kind of flat, a flat pack. And that's how it's connected, kind of just sandwiched in there. An XT60 connector. Yeah, that's just an XT60 like RC connector that we're used to with our drones and stuff, RC cars. Power management cable there. Squeeze this back in here. And there we go. I think that's how it was. Put it back in its little tabs, and that's just how that whole cover goes on and off. There we go. You got to push this thing all the way down, then turn it to the right to lock it. Feels like it's got kind of a rubbery grip on top. I'm seeing some carbon fiber kind of surround here. I'm not sure if that's real carbon fiber. I doubt it. Got a little caution deal here. Helmet and goggles, which we'll see if I use that. I'm not too sure. But this is it. Coming right out. Cool. Let's flip this thing over. Wow, so the whole bottom is like, I doubt that's carbon fiber. It looks like it's just like a sticker that they clear coated over, is what that is. There's our power button. Here's our charge port right there. And there's our trucks with our power leads going out to each motor. Each motor looks like it's perfectly sealed in the tires here. You can see how that motor is just totally encapsulated in that wheel. Unfortunately, yeah, there is no like softness or air in these. It's just like a hard rubber. So you're definitely gonna feel the bumps on there, unless the board itself can soak up a lot. Axles here. It's like this powder coated nice metal, and they have like dual dampeners, it looks like, on the actual trucks. So that's good. Anyway, that's the board. Let's set that on the side. Go to the next tier level in the box. Cool, so a couple of little things here, a little bag of parts. We got our instruction manuals, a cool T-bar wrench, and with a Allen wrench kind of tucked away in there. Cross screwdriver, and then you have another little Allen wrench on the tip here. A little O-ring to kind of hold it in, I guess. Then we have 3 different types of sockets on this white T-bar. We got the power brick, so this is going to plug into the board on that power slot I just showed you. Wall plug, figure 8 style wall plug, just plugs right in here like that. And this part plugs into your wall. Looks like we got a couple more things down here. Cool little USB cable, USB-C to USB-A. Little included wrench there. And the only other thing is the handheld controller. Put your hand in the little lanyard lasso here and then hold it like this, forward, brake. We'll see if this thing has reverse, power, and changing modes. Little tiny screen right here for looking at stuff while you're driving. And there, oh, actually that's what the USB-C cable is, just to charge the little controller. Anyway, that's really it, guys. What I want to do is charge this up. I'll pop in when it's charged and we'll go for a ride, and I'll tell you how long it took to charge on a regular wall socket. I just plugged the actual controller in with the provided USB charger. And kind of cool, the thing buzzes. It's got like a haptic little feedback vibration motor in here. It looks like it's almost already fully charged. So let that charge up. And then I got this board over here charging. Real simple, just this little port right here, plug it in. And when this thing goes green, we are ready to ride. Okay guys, first ride, let's do this. So, just powering on here, powering on the controller, got a vibration, already synced up, awesome. Nice. Let me get this Skydio drone going here so we can track this ride. If you guys missed the review on my Skydio series, pretty awesome drone. Get one of these if you want to track yourself, you know, without any help. Looks like the Skydio's stuck in the trees, which is kind of lame. Let's try to help it get out of here real quick. Okay, Skydio, come on, man. Whew. Just had to get out of those trees there. That's the one thing about the Skydio, man. You got to start with like an open area. Once you get moving, it'll track you. So sorry about that. But at least you kind of know how this thing's working. Okay, onto the board. Let's go. Okay. Down the gravel. Doing good so far on the gravel. Awesome. And just pulling down on the right roller for brake. Get on out the driveway onto the roadway. Let's do this, guys. So remember, I'm in level 4. If you need mellower or whatever, go to level 1 through 3. Let's just see how this thing's kind of like carving. You know, there's no air in these tires, but that board is really absorbing the shock, you know, of the little bumps and rocks and stuff. It absorbed them pretty good. Not as good as air tires, of course. Let's try to get a front track if we can. Nice, good job, Skydio. And let's track from a little bit more of a distance. So this is it, guys. The board seems nice and smooth. These trucks are pretty loose, remember? So, wow, that's quite a far ways away. Let's see how that Skydio does. Okay, that's closest range, I guess. Remember, this is not a Skydio 2 review. This is the Maxfind off-road board review, so. Just as I expected. I mean, it's working really good. I can let off the throttle here. And it just coasts. It doesn't really have that freewheeling feel that you would expect from like a really street board. I can feel the drag of the wheels slowing down just a little bit, you know, but not too bad. And full throttle now. Woo! So this thing, remember, it's max at 25. It seems like you're gonna start to possibly speed wobble a little bit if you get going too fast with these loose trucks. And that's the trade-off, right? You have good off-road, like kind of suspension with these dual truck systems. And then you have tighter, less speed wobbles, but not as good off-road with, you know, tighter trucks and stuff. But I mean, this thing is carving great. And you know, this is just kind of a rough road right now, so definitely going to be testing it on more of the gravel coming home there. But it, you saw in the beginning, it got me up that gravel driveway. We'll hit that again on a lower battery power. Plenty of power, just rolling on the throttle here and roll it all the way up to max. And again, it gets you up to speed pretty quick. Now I'm pushing 200 pounds, guys, so this is not a light person on this board. But I can feel the board flex. Like if I push down on it, it's flexing really good, not breaking under my pressure. Where's that Skydio at? I think it's trying to get in front of me somehow. Woo! Maybe having a little bit of trouble. Okay, going down a pretty good slope. There we go. Hey, drone got in front of me. This is awesome. I've never really done this extensively with the Skydio with the GPS tracker. Telephone line's coming up. It saw him. It's going under him. That's cool. Now I'm just coasting on the Maxfind board, guys. You start getting in trouble, pull back on this roller, it starts putting some brake in. Because you start going too fast with the non-adjusted trucks, and you will get those speed wobbles, it seems. Let's see how the Skydio does with the car. Should avoid it. Let's see here. Doing good so far. Let's do a full brake test. So full throttle. Now I'm gonna put on this brake hard. Yeah, it's manageable, totally manageable brake. So that's cool. Let's do a little U-turn. Drone's following. Now that was kind of the end of the entire neighborhood. Now I'm full throttle with the Maxfind, guys, all the way up this incline. This is maybe about I want to say like a 7% full throttle. And I can see kind of my kilometer per hour is 28 right on the screen here. Looking good. Let's move that Skydio around to the rear. See if we can get back there. There we go. See how close it can follow. Do some weaving. Now full throttle uphill. Whoa, those speed wobbles. So you might want to tighten those trucks especially if you're a heavier rider. I'm just kind of feeling those wobbles when I really kind of crank the board and reposition. Oh man, yeah, it's fun though. I think it's about 45 degrees out right now, Fahrenheit. And this is kind of a rougher road. Move the Skydio over to the front. See if it can get out in front of me at 20 miles per hour. I'm just gonna keep holding it full throttle on the board. Stop here for just a sec. Maybe I'll wait till we're around this corner. Whoa, don't hit the trees, Skydio. We'll go back home, and then I think the Skydio is running low, so we'll get back home and we'll see how much battery we have left. Woo! Hello, thanks for tuning in, y'all, and checking out this Maxfind cool off-road board review. Don't hit the sign. Man, well, how amazing is that? Just will not hit the sign. That's like the closest you can follow with this thing. See how it's like just 10 feet away from me? Pressing plus, and it's gonna try to get farther away. That's awesome. So I've been holding this thing full throttle. We're going 30 kilometers per hour uphill, coming back home. So far, so good. And the battery on the board seems it's like maybe halfway. And, you know, my drone is like 27%, so get home here pretty soon. But so far, so good. I mean, on this road, this rough road, like a regular street board would have a hard time because it's got so much bumps and it's like a coarse road, yeah? But that's what you want with these tires on this thing. I'm gonna just pull over here for a second. Brakes on. Nice easy brakes coming to a stop. Try to adjust that. Camera on the board. All right, let's finish up and get home here. Full throttle. That's maximum acceleration at like half a battery. Now this thing is supposed to drive, guys, for like 11 miles on optimal, just low speed and on a flat land. But as you can tell, this is not flat. go up a driveway here now. Get it from the back. Okay, driveway test. Gravel driveway, very coarse and loose gravel. I'm full throttle here on the controller. It's doing it, man. And this is not a flat driveway at all. This is like a, I want to say about 5%, 5 to 7% incline. I thought these tires would have a little bit harder time in this loose gravel, but geez, as you can see, going for it. Woo! Awesome. Looks like I lost the Skydio. Board did very well though. Hey, he came back. There he is. We're gonna take it out one more time. It looks like the board is just about halfway from all that kind of unlevel terrain we're doing with my like 200 plus pounds on the board, going up and down hills and in this gravel. But I do want to use it until the battery dies on the board, and we'll see how that works. So hang in there for a little bit more riding on the Maxfind. Okay guys, so a really cool feature was it automatically shuts off. So if you're not using it, not having any input, the controller, this thing here, and the board actually shut off after like 5 to 10 minutes, it seemed. So far, I can't see how to change that kilometers per hour to like miles per hour. So that's maybe one negative. And then also the route, like the length of trip is in kilometers as well. So great for some and not for others. But anyway, let's get back on this thing. I just want to ride it until it dies, and then I'll tell you how long it actually lasted for me in this kind of mountainous environment. All right, maybe it'll follow me a little better this time. Okay, so same thing again, guys, just gravel, dirt roading it. Deeper gravel here. Hey, actually not bad at all. I thought it was gonna be way worse, to tell you the truth. With the hard tires. Whoa. Oh, it'll get out of control though with those loose trucks. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, still got great power. Great carving. So we're at a great board, guys. I think this one's right around $1,000. And the cool thing about this, as you saw in the beginning, you can do that battery swapping. So you could carry an extra battery or two in your backpack, and you can easily just swap those out if you run out, you know. So that like really extends the range quite a bit, which is pretty darn awesome. It feels smooth. I mean, you hit those little bumps, like these little tar bumps, and you can feel it a little bit, but that board is really absorbing it, you know. And of course, if you stand a little more in the center of the board, you're going to have a little bit more suspension with that board flex. But you also need to make sure your stance is solid. Just clicking on this handheld controller. Following kind of from the side for a bit, I guess. Get them in the front so we don't hit any cars. Squirrel! That was cool. Let's see if it can do kind of right front. And just a little bit farther away. Coming up a little hill, yeah, I can feel the power kind of degrading a little bit. That's all right. You know, I've been pushing this thing pretty hard. Okay, just got a vibration, low battery. I think it's at 25% on the screen here. Yeah, so you get this vibration on this controller. That's kind of cool. Kind of lets you know, hey, battery's getting low. So hopefully we have enough juice to get home. Just kind of coast down here. Starting to go a little fast for the speed wobble, so easy on the brakes, really simple. Not losing connection like some of the other boards I've tested. If the power's all the way up, it has like some kind of weird connection loss, but this one is having no problem with that. So far, so good. A few rides I've done on it, it's done very well, just in this area. So you know if it can do good here, it'll do good in, you know, in flat roads, etc. Now this is a pretty steep road. This is steep. This has got to be about 10%. So we'll just get up here. Yeah, really bogging. We're down on our power, but it's able to get me over that 10 to 15%. We'll turn around right here. Feeling a buzz again, and it's saying 25% power on the board. So I guess we'll try to make our way home, maybe. Do some slow carving. And then we'll just come on back home. Don't need to go up the highway. Don't hear the Skydio. I think it's kind of sort of lost me a little bit. There it comes. Okay. Man, it's avoiding those wires really good. Looks like my board cam ran out of power. That little go-to cam, I'm using that Insta360 go-to cam, guys. I have it mounted on the board right there. I don't know, man. I'm supposed to review that thing, but I can't really recommend much great about it. It just seems like it records for a little bit, and then it either runs out of memory or stops recording on its own because it overheats. And I mean, it's cold right now. It's like 45 here in the mountains on the mainland, in the southwest, and it just keeps shutting off. Anyway, feeling buzzing here. Oh, and the board is going into like a low power mode a little bit. I felt it kick off power a bit, but it's still letting me kind of do it, you know? Yeah, it's starting to kick off the board. You can see how I'm bogging on this hill. So this is full power. You can see how slow this thing is going. Hopefully it can get me home. This is where you need another battery pack in your backpack. And then you could go ahead and just pop it in when this thing runs out. Because I'm full throttle forward on the skateboard, and woo! Man, that Skydio. I really think they could do a little bit more tuning on the AI for the Skydio. It's a great drone, but it just seems like it could avoid stuff and think a little quicker. You know, hey, maybe Skydio 3 will be much better, right? Anyway, it's still good at avoiding everything. It hasn't hit any trees or branches, knock on wood. Or telephone wires. That's the main thing. That'd be kind of hard to see, right? Let's bring it in close for this final stretch. It's just great how you can control something from a little handheld stick and you don't have to worry about it. All right, coming on up. Up the road, the final stretch. Man, I got 1 bar on the Maxfind board. So again, guys, if you can get extra batteries, really recommend doing that and just keeping them on your little backpack if you're gonna go for a long trek, because this thing really will run out of power pretty quick in these mountainous situations. Besides that, man, it feels really good. I mean, like I was saying, as expected, actually a little better on the off-roading and gravel. Yeah, I'm really losing power now. I wouldn't be surprised if we could kind of make it up this little 5% hill. Full throttle, and you can see how I've just slowed way the heck down, almost to a crawl. But it's still allowing me to move, so at least if you are, battery's almost dead, you know, I'm sure it'll cut off at a certain point. But this is full throttle in 4, the highest setting, and It'll let you cruise for a while in low power mode. And I actually like that. If you're on like a flat stretch, hey, you might be able to make it home in low power mode. I doubt it's gonna get up my gravel driveway here. We'll give her a try. Yeah, it's like almost dead. Let's just try it. Ah! Ooh, this is where it gets kind of steep. Yeah, see, just won't do it. But it definitely has enough power to carry its own weight. Just don't have any steering. It's an RC car without steering now, right? Let's see if I can possibly get back on it. Nope, just not enough power. We got to limp home the extra 200 feet. All right, back at the homestead. Cool, that was pretty fun. Hands are freezing, face is freezing. Yeah, just got to be super careful with that catching. I should have caught it from the back. You see how the propellers in the front are on the bottom? The propellers in the back are on the top, just to clear those cameras. So note to self, catch that Skydio from the back if you're going to hand catch it. All right, guys, so wrapping it up with this bad boy. I like this handle on top, on the very front. You got this great handle for carrying around. Of course, you always can carry it like a surfboard on the side. But just the fact that it, it has this removable battery here, and you can, like I was saying, look how easy that is to change. Open the thing, slide it out. Make sure you don't pull straight up. You might break these tabs. You want to pop it up and then pull out this way first, so you don't break those. This battery is just a little warm, not even hot. Keep one or two of these in your backpack. I'll go ahead and have the time pop up, guys, on how long this battery lasted for that trip. But just keep in mind, it's going to be very variable on different kind of slopes and different terrain. So I think, for the size of battery pack this is, I think for, mountain roads and elevations and stuff like that, changes, gravel, all that kind of stuff, I think that was, fairly reasonable, you know what I mean, for the amount of time this board could actually perform in this situation. So far on that review, I went a couple times up and down my subdivision here, and so I've got 13.3 kilometers total on the board. So that's actually quite a bit just for around this neighborhood. No damage at all. The only thing that's really going to wear out are the tires, and the tires actually look just fine. Bearings are all good. Remember, just a rear drive, no four-wheel drive. So, and I think the kind of the dual truck system actually worked kind of as a great little suspension, even though there is no real shocks or anything on the board. It actually worked pretty good. And then the actual board flex was awesome. As you can see, it has a little bit of an arc already in it, and just standing on it you can feel it flex, and that actually acts as some of the suspension for those bumps and all that stuff we were kind of going over. So all in all, guys, I'd say it's a pretty darn good board. Wouldn't really take this because of the kind of hard tires on any really, kind of rocky, or maybe if it's like smooth dirt walking trails, you might get away with something like this. But just the fact that the tires are just hard rubber, I think that might be kind of tough to get over really hardcore terrain. But hey, for what it is, a great board. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, links always down in the description on all the stuff I review, and I will see you soon. Hope you guys stick around, subscribe, and check out all the new reviews I'm doing, drones, electric boards, all kinds of stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.